Does your child struggle to make the SH sound? Well, stick around and I'm going to share with you 2 different ways that you can try and teach your child to make the SH sound. Welcome to step 1, which is SH and isolation, and this is the very first step in a 6-step process of helping our kids be able to make the SH sound at all levels of communication. So follow along this process as I take you step by step, going from the very beginning of working on the SH in isolation or the sound just on its own, all the way up to your child being able to use this sound in conversation. Here are 2 different ways that you can try and teach your child how to make the SH sound. Number 1 is to start with the S sound. So if your child has a good strong S sound and is able to make that on their own, then you can use the S sound to try and shape it into an SH. What you're going to do is you're going to tell your child to first make a good S sound. And as they're making that S sound, you're going to tell them to push their lips forward. Sometimes our kids will naturally kind of transition into an SH sound by just pushing their lips forward. But if they continue to hold their tongue in place where the S is made and you're still hearing an S, so it would sound kind of like this. Next, what you're going to do is you're going to tell your child to either pull their tongue back just a little bit or curl their tongue tip up. So it's going to look like this. Okay, make an S sound. Push your lips forward. Now pull your tongue back just a little bit. So as your child is making the S sound and they're pushing their lips forward, you're going to tell them to pull their tongue back a little bit. Or you could say, curl your tongue tip up. And you'll notice I'm using my hand to represent their tongue to cue them to pull their tongue back a little bit or to put the tip up. So you can use that if that helps your child. So see which directions help your child the best, either pulling the tongue back or the tongue tip up, and just stick to one of those. You don't need to use both of them. A second way you can try and teach your child to make the SH sound is starting with the E sound. So you're going to tell them to make an E sound, E, and then tell them to push their lips forward, E. And as they're making the E, you're going to tell them to push their lips forward and blow air out and over the front of their tongue. E, shh. Good. Push your lips forward and blow that air out. E, shh. So see if one of those strategies works for you. And if you have questions while you're trying it out, let me know in the comments down below what questions you might have. Also, if it's helpful while practicing the SH sound, something that we'll do sometimes is we will call it either the quiet sound, shh, and you can use your finger to cue them to push their lips forward, shh. So you can call it the quiet sound, or you can call it the windy sound. This can help to kind of remind them to push the air out the front of their mouth. So let's make the windy sound, shh. Now I want to share with you 2 helpful tools that you can use while you're practicing if you'd like. One thing you can use is a mirror, especially if they're having a hard time remembering to push their lips forward. This allows them to be able to see themselves in the mirror and make sure that they're getting their lips forward. And as you're using it, I would recommend that you either have the mirror up next to you or you're getting down with your face next to the mirror. And this is because then they're able to easily see themselves, but then you are right there modeling it for them. So they're able to easily look back and forth for a frame of reference for how they're saying it and how it should look. Another thing that I like to use, and this is something that I use only once a child is able to start making the SH fairly consistently, is I like to have it written out on a card or a piece of paper that I hold next to my face. And so then they can see we're working on the SH sound And this is how we say it. So they can see it written out and they see how to make it. So as we're practicing, they're able to frequently look back and remember that this is the sound that they're working on. And then they have you for a frame of reference to see how it's modeled, so that if they start to slip up and make mistakes, then they're able to refer back to you and remember to push their lips out. Shh. And if you need to, you can use your hand to remind them to pull their tongue back or curl their tongue tip up. This is also a very helpful tool because this helps create phonemic awareness, which is an early literacy skill, which will help your child as they are preparing for school and really building those academic skills. And as a reminder, the tongue is a muscle. And so as your child is starting to make the SH correctly, then you want to make sure that you are having them repeat it multiple times in a row. So if they get it correctly and they're able to do it a couple times, have them repeat it at least 3 to 5 times in a sitting, because this will help them to start creating muscle memory so that they go from having to concentrate really hard on making the sound correctly to eventually being able to just make it on their own without having to think about it. One major thing that I really want to emphasize is that this process does not need to be boring or tedious. So in this video, I have only showed you ways to help them make the SH. I haven't shown you any ways that you can incorporate play or activities or other fun strategies while practicing the sound. That's because I have a whole playlist on my channel where I have tips that I release every Tuesday, showing you how to use different activities that your child loves, different games, and how to fit this into either daily routines or things you're already doing throughout the day so that it can be easy and fun for both you and your child. So make sure to check out my speech activities for busy parents playlist on my YouTube channel so that you can have lots of different ideas to choose from, so that this can be a fun and engaging process for both your child and for you. And one final resource is my video on levels of prompting. And this is really helpful because it shows you how to start out working on the sound with your child, going from the max amount of support and coaching, and how to gradually fade all of that support until your child is able to make the SH sound all on their own. So be sure to check that out so that you can see how to go from the max amount of guidance for your child and what to say, and how to step by step gradually fade that so that your child can do it on their own. Then once your child is able to make the SH sound pretty consistently, either on their own or the majority of the time, then you can try moving on to step 2 in this process, which is SH at the syllable level. Thanks for watching, and with that, we are one step closer to unlocking your child's voice one sound at a time. Now, I hope you will try that out this weekend, and let me know in the comments down below how it goes and if you have any questions. I hope that you will share your goodness with someone today, and I will see you in the next one.